Hello Libra. Welcome back to Cosmic Dialect Tarot. Angels, trusted ancestors only, please come to my space as I read for the sign of Libra. Let Libras know that they are safe as they watch this reading. And let Libras know that I am safe as I do your reading. Lots of red and like orange is coming through. For me in general, not just for maybe for the collective people that watch me too. Definitely for me. Feeling very good off of like red, which is very unusual actually for me. I don't typically wear red. Maybe I don't know, maybe you are wearing red right now or something about the color red, Libra. Yeah. What can we tell my Libras? What can we tell my Libras? Help Libras out. Give them some insight into their money, love, situationship. Whatever. No judges here. No judges here. This is not court. This is not a courtroom. Let's see, Libra, what do we have here? We have a 5 of Cups upside down. I love seeing a 5 of Cups upside down. A 7 of Pentacles, a Star card, and a 7 of Wands. Okay, so Libra, off of this, this is you, dealing with you right now. I don't feel any other energies in here right now that will, in your reading and what I'm doing with you. You are a star energy. You could be a lone wolf style person. Don't have to be. You could be a social butterfly, you know. Maybe you like to socially butterfly and then tuck away and do some alone time afterwards, before, during, whatever. You're standing your ground, or you're wanting to keep something safe that has to do with an investment or some money stuff that's made you feel a little unsafe, but like you're good though, because the 5 of Cups is upside down. So I hope that brings you comfort, Libra. Your money's fine. You know, I mean, even though it's a 7 of Pentacles card that's upright, it's still like followed by a 5 of Cups upside down. That's like, you got nothing, like, don't worry, boo. Your sad money stuff. If you had sad money stuff, it's more honestly, there is a little bit more emphasis on just sadness for some reason. But like in a good way, because it's upside down. It's like the saddest card in the whole deck, the 5 of Cups, in my opinion. It's like the take your own life card, trigger warning. Self-sacrifice, whatever you want to call it. Lots of 7s here, 7s and 5s, which are typically not looked at as favorable numbers in tarot, but other places they're quite favorable. So it's not like an all end all be all, like these are bad numbers. No. So like, I think maybe that message applies to you. It's like, maybe you thought something was bad and you're like, this isn't so bad after all. In fact, it's quite good in ways I didn't even know. I'm liking that. Whatever it did, it turned your 5 of Cups upside down. Man standing alone in the black cape, dished out too many cups. He's depressed. He doesn't want to talk or deal or do anything. He wants to rot away and be alone. He's extremely bitter. He, she, they is extremely bitter. That energy that I just described is now upside down, which is opposite of this, opposite of that. Followed by a little bit of money stress, okay? Followed by you being a lone wolf star. I always say, well, not always. I haven't said it in a while, actually. Starsard. Starsard is my Charizard Pokemon hybrid word that I've made. Charizard and Star card. Charizard, a dragon, orange, Charmander, chameleon. Maybe a chameleon is in your totem, or you like dragons, or you're into Game of Thrones, or I don't know. Please place yourself where you see fit. You're the master of your story. Don't get stuck on signs. Don't get stuck on genders. Don't get stuck on cards, please. I say a lot of things. It all comes from the depths of my soul, but I don't hold back, okay? So please don't hold me back. Spitter. A 10 of Wands. Upright. A 2 of Pentacles. Upside down. Well, I kind of get that you're afraid to make, you're afraid to, Libra's being very Libra. I have a Libra sun in Vedic. My father's a Libra. I'm very familiar with Libra energy. You already know what's going to happen kind of, but you're scared to take the leap. You're doing a little bit of procrastination, but you're actually not procrastinating. Okay, this is what you're doing. Maybe. Okay, if this is for you, Libra, this is for you. And I love you, Libras. Trust. No, please. Wow, I just turned that deck upside down. It's the Temperance card. Trust. No, please. Your angels are here. They're looking out for you. You could have Sagittarius in your chart, or dealing with one. Or not at all, or you're just tempering your emotions as you deal with an internal battle. This is actually, I just got some Cancer tingles as well. You could have Cancer in your chart, or maybe you're dealing with a Cancer or a water sign. I think you were afraid to go into a 10 of Wands thing, and so you went into a 2 of Pentacles upside down thing, which made you feel really uncomfortable. And now you're tempering your emotions about it. Because that, I mean, I'm picking up some like anxiety stuff where it's like, oh, it's actually very tender and very relatable. I can relate to this a lot. You might, well, and how do I say this in a way that doesn't make people pissed? Because this is a tender topic. A lot of us that go through this, so we have a lot of pride. Right? There's pride, egos involved here, right? And I say that with realness. Egos are not something we want to get rid of, but they're something that we want to keep calmed the F down. We want to calm that shit down, though. But in this case, this is not the dude at the bar having a bar fight for no reason because he's got an inflated ego. No, this is not that type of ego situation. This is your own internal battle, of your own internal ego battle. It's we have an onion, we have an ego onion, okay? Let's just look at it that way. And each layer is like a different layer of what the ego can potentially get you involved with or inflate or whatever. I might be misinterpreting it or mislabeling it or whatever. Just go with it. I think you get it. Okay, but this situation, Libra, is like Libra is being very Libra. It's a very, well, I don't want to say just very Libra. It's very human. It's very human, okay? Let's get that out there. All signs do very human things, but like this is a very air sign thing to do. You're getting in your own way a little bit, and maybe potentially, I don't want to say self-sabotage because that's not quite it. That's not quite it. It's just you don't want to, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. You don't want to go through what you've already been through again. You don't want to do it all over again. You don't want to do it all over again. That's what this 2 of Pentacles upside down is doing with this 10 of Wands and this Temperance card. You don't want to do it all over again. Because there's a little bit of hesitancy coming off of this combination of like a little bit of push-pull. But it's positive. Like, I feel positive reading it for you. But I'm also feeling a little bit of like, I'm actually kind of holding back tears. Like, I'm not going to cry, don't worry. But like, this is something that you are, this is a very tender subject. Whatever this subject is for you, Libra. This internal battle. This thing you don't really want to talk about. This thing that's a push-pull. This thing that's like, you climbed the mountain, you climbed the freaking mountain, you reached you were without water for days, food and water for days. You were hit by an avalanche. You lost all your gear. You managed to climb to the top of the ridge where there was a fresh pond, hit by the sun, with some mushrooms growing and some, I don't know, whatever, enough to keep you alive, basically. And because you went through that, now you just think that everything is gonna be like that type of thing. Like, now you're like, oh, well, you know, and I can totally relate. Whatever that means for you. It's like, whatever you were able to cling on to with your inner strength. Like, not many people have that inner strength to, when they're snowed in, avalanched, snow over their entire body, unable to crawl out. Not many people have the human strength to tunnel their way out, climb to the top of a mountain, and find a spring with the sun that hits it to eat fresh mushrooms and fresh water to keep themselves alive. No, not everyone has that strength. But, you know, we've all heard of these stories. This is not a story that I know of. This is like all impromptu. Sorry, baby. This is all just to give you an idea of like the vibe I'm getting off your reading right now, Libra. It's giving some like Alone. You know that show Alone? I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that stuff on YouTube. It's giving some like survival show stuff. Ivan, you bite me one more time on my show, I'm gonna bite you. Get out of here with that shit. No. I'm your mother. I feed you. I buy you food. I snuggle you every night. Stop it. Sorry. Maybe that's what you have to do to your own brain, Libra. Like, bitch, who the fuck? Like, clap back at your own brain. Yeah, Libra, maybe do that. Because you're smart. You're highly intelligent. You're intelligent enough to make sense out of my crazy talk. 12, 11, 12, 12. Yes. Yes, you are. Clap back at your own brain, please, Libra, please. Because you are smart enough to understand what the heck. What the heck and heck, dude. You say to your own brain, excuse me, sir. Do I need to remind you of the time that I pulled you out of an avalanche that had you frozen to death, and you thawed out in the sun for 3 days, and you crawled your way using only your elbows that were frostbitten to the bone to the top of a mountain ridge where there was some melted snow water that you could drink to bring you back to life. And by the grace of God, a helicopter was flying over top and caught you doing that, and they saw your bright red, the color red, they saw your red jacket, red coming up again. And they saw you. And they're like on their walkie-talkies, calling back to the station or whatever. Oh, we see him. I don't know what they do. They're all clapping. We got him. Hey, we got him. We got him. Let's go get him, boys. Let's go get him, boys. You know, that's a good feeling, right? That's a really good feeling. I haven't even had to pull that many cards for your reading, Libra. And I'm still wanting to get teary-eyed. Libra. You're your own best friend, hero, and worst enemy in a nutshell. In a beautiful nutshell. Okay? Sometimes I say, what's up my, what's Gucci my Nucci? On my readings, I'll say, what's Gucci my Nucci? And then I looked up what the word Nucci means. I did a tiny cry. I'll admit it. I looked up the word Nucci a long time ago. This, if you know already, if you've been watching my readings. The word Nucci means magical hazelnut. N-U-C-C-I, like Gucci, but with an N. And the Germans, or the Dutch or the Deutsch, I don't know. I get this confused. My mom corrects me all the time. It's embarrassing. And I'm white. Yes, believe it or not, I do not know. Well, I'm not quite well versed in this, as some may think. Okay? Don't be whatever. But yeah, magical hazelnuts used to be cracked open for divination back in the dizzy. Back in the diddly dizzy. They would take little miniature hammers or whatever they used back then, and they would take hazelnuts and they'd go, and crack them open and read it like tea leaves or like something like that. I would assume that's what they meant, because when I read it online, that's what the picture made in my brain. It was cool. I was like, that's cool. And my mom's like, oh, Germans love hazelnut. I'm like, I can see why. After what I know now. I'm like, I can see why. I like them too. They're delicious. I love it in my coffee. Ace of Wand upright. What are we talking about, Libra? This is bringing me back to you on top of the mountain being airlifted. Like you climbed Mount Everest. You're like one of the few people on this earth that actually that could accomplish the climb. First of all, you made it out of a near-death experience using only your wits and your God-given strength, which you have with your training you've done on this earth and your genetics. Actually, it has a lot to do with genetics. Also, like how you treat your body, but a lot of like it's nature and nurture. A beautiful little dance that those two do. Ace of Wands. Okay, so you just tell your brain to shut the fuck up. I know what I'm doing. You're dumb. And if you even have to say it out loud, who cares? I talk to myself all the time. Like literally, I do. I record it sometimes. I don't care anymore. I'm also someone who doesn't care about a lot of, like, well, I care about hygiene and like things that are, but you know what I'm trying to say? If you're worried about what people think about you, I would stop doing that if it's getting in the way of what we're talking about here. You think if there was a troll, an internet troll on that avalanche hiding in a ski mask with his computer and he's just talking shit to you as you're like fighting for your life, you think that fool would get in the way? Absolutely not. You get out and, oh, just so happens I found a fucking icicle chunk while I was crawling out, bitch. Clock, clock, clock. Through that dude's face. Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Take a nap, sir. Good night. To that, yeah. Tell that to the troll that lives in your brain, Libra. Tell that to the troll that lives in your brain, because you have an Ace of Wands. He, she, them, sir, ma'am, whoever I'm talking to. You have an Ace of Wands here. This is one of the best cards on the deck. You understand? King of Cup upside down. Yeah. What? All right, let's get a couple more for the sign of Libra. 1751. Libra. This is actually very different, but very beautiful. Very introspective. In a similar but also very different fashion. Similar to Cancer. Cancer had a very introspective reading as well. Oh, maybe you like the Wolf of Wall Street. You know what he does? Matthew McConaughey. Woo! There's some really wild, like, feral shit coming through. But, like, only after there's, like, a breakthrough or something. I don't know. Wait, something's... Oh. Maybe I'm tripping, dude. Maybe you need some LSD, dude. I'm just kidding. Totally joking. Don't do that. Three of Swords. Pain, hurt. Well, yeah, I think you're gonna do some self-reflection about a lot of things. This could be past relationships, current ones, your family. Because what do we do once we get to this happy place? We're always like, this is how we are, right? As human beings, we can't enjoy too much for too long, right? I mean, depending on who you are. But from my experience and who I am and the lineage I come from, once I'm happy for like a day or two, I'm like, well, okay. When's that shit gonna fall? Right? When am I gonna receive that call that shit's gone to hell again? Right? I don't know, because things go like this. Life goes like this. And when life goes like this for you, you learn that it goes like this, and sometimes you expect it to go like this, which is not good. Like, even it's good, like, what's that saying? Like, expect the best, but prepare for the worst. I hate to say it, Libra, I can also relate to this. I feel like you expect the worst and prepare for the worst. So you're like canceling these both. You're like expecting the worst and preparing for the worst. So you're freaking prepared, but you're also like expecting it. So you're always on this like defense, battle ready shit. Even if you're a quiet person, which gives like a little bit of social anxiety, a little bit of internal battles. So you may do some self-medicating to deal with that. I don't know. Okay. And please don't get offended by what I'm saying here. This is all very real human conditions that happens, and this could have a lot to do with things that that have happened to you in your life experiences too, not just like feeling this way. Oh, I feel sad. So no, this is typically life conditioning that makes us this way. What you're reading is a lot of life conditioning stuff, and not karmic. It's just like giving heavy like DNA, like science. It's giving science, Libra. Libra, it's giving science. Hierophant, upright. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could have Taurus in your own chart. You don't have to. You are committed to this. You know about this. You know what you gotta do. You already know to tell your freaking troll. Remember the reference of the icicle? We stabbed that troll brain guy, trying to make it so we don't make it out of our icicle cave to climb to the sun, where we have our pond that saves our life, and the helicopter's there to grab us. Because if our red, something about red again, I don't know, but I know red's passion, force, all these things, but you know, maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's what you're craving. Maybe date a fire sign. Where the heck is that coming from? That's so random and so tacky and so, or don't, or stay away from them. I don't know. Or light a fire. Yes, that feels better. That feels better. Light a fire. Go into the woods, make yourself a big ass bonfire. That feels way better. Go into the woods where it's legal, might I add. You don't just want to go into the woods and light bonfires, okay? I live in the state of California. You don't want to do that around here. Not allowed. But, you know, go sit by a fire, Libra. Go live. Sit by a fire and live. Liebe, too. Speaking of German, Liebe is I love you, I think. Liebe, love. Liebe is I love you, or just the word love. Very tender. This is a self-love thing going on here. I'm very much liking it. It's very poetic. 2303. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. You're committed to getting into your self-love happy place. Go light a fire, sit by it, pour your cup of love into yourself. A Queen of Swords. I could be speaking to a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius person. Or you could be dealing with this person. Well, of course you are a Libra. I'm sorry, barf. I hate when I do that. Here you come. The Emperor? Okay. Libra. I don't want to get you too excited, but also don't stay stuck in that sad land for too long, because there's good news. When you crawl out of the frozen cave land, and you've had some time to lick your wounds, you've stabbed some of your mental trolls with frozen icicles, and said ta-ta to anything that doesn't serve you. And I know, and it's not, there's no timeline for this. This happens, everyone's got their own timeline for this. This isn't an overnight thing. Don't let anyone make you feel rushed about it. This isn't like, okay, this is a life thing. This is life, baby. But look, we have an Emperor here, and you could be this Emperor, because this Emperor does have Taurus, Libra, and Aries in their chart. Here comes that Aries. Here comes the red. Yes, you are this Emperor. Okay, for my masculines watching, you could be struggling with like, how do I word this? Because I don't want to piss y'all off. But like, for my masculines that identify as like cis men. Like, you are born a man, you embody your masculinity, and you are a fucking man. And you enjoy sex with women, or you like, well, it doesn't really matter what you enjoy. It's just like, that is you, okay? And you're having a problem with that. Like, maybe you feel like you're not tough or something. Like, that sounds so stupid. But like, just to be straight up, maybe you don't feel like tough enough. Or like, we're not worthy. That's coming out for Pisces. You might be dealing with Pisces. We're not worthy. That's from Wayne's World. Someone with W, the letter W could be of significance. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. From Wayne's World. That's you saying that to your own self and to your mental trolls that are up there like, yeah, you're not worthy. You little bitch. You're not worthy at all. Like, laughing at you. Your own brain doing that. No, I say. No, I say. Do not allow that. And you won't. You're a Queen of Swords upright. And what does the Queen of Swords do to tiny trolls yelling obscenities at their own brain? She goes like this. And slices them. Okay? And you're committed to doing this for yourself. You need to do this for yourself. You must do it for you. But again, like, there's no rush. Don't freak yourself out. You're aware of it. You're highly aware of it. And we have a 10 of Cups upright out here, Libra. It's really good news, Libra. This reading has been really beautiful. I love this. This commitment that you will find in the struggle is going to bring you closer to your emperor, if I'm speaking of femmes, to your person. Maybe a husband, maybe a broken friendship or a broken fathership, or bring you closer to someone that you admire, a mentorship. There's something about being cutting with words, or just like being not cutting with words, just being clear in your communication is really important here. That's nothing new for y'all. It's something that should be said here. Being clear in your communication when it comes to this Emperor and this 10 of Cups situation. This could, you know, side notes here, involve your family already. With the 10 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Emperor all coming out together, and the Queen of Swords. And the 3 of Swords coming out. This internal battle, maybe there was like a heartbreak that put you on this vacay to go climb that mountain, right? And you almost die on this trip. And the story is like so epic, and you survive, and you fly home, and you're like, I'm so happy to see my family again. I didn't know how much I loved them until I almost lost my life just now. Which is a lot of emotions coming through. But like, do with that what you please, Libra, okay? I hope you got what you wanted out of this reading. From Cosmic Dialect Tarot, Libras. I look forward to my next reading for you, Libra. I love you guys so much, and please sleep well. Good night, Libras.